That is where the German opportunity to rob the Austrian soldiers started to spread rumors. So now we have to look at the German and Austrian sources claiming to have first-hand records. The first of these sources, the Politische Journal from Hamburg, seems like a good place to start, as it gives personal testimonies from witnesses and cites official Austrian court documents. It tells us that a skirmish did happen between the Ottomans and Austrians at some point in early September of 1788. The skirmish most likely occurred somewhere near the Timrich-Czerna Gap, as it says that the Kaiser ordered a retreat via Karansebes towards Temesvar. During this confusing retreat, the local Wallachians, which saw an opportunity to rob the Austrian soldiers, started to spread rumors throughout the army that the Ottomans were in close pursuit, getting ready to attack at any moment. This turned the withdrawal into a disorderly, panicked mess, during which two Austrian regiments managed to run into each other. Due to the confusion and an expected Ottoman ambush, both regiments mistook each other for Ottoman soldiers and opened fire. They quickly noticed their mistake, but the damage was already done. That is where the German source ends this story and continues on talking about the bigger picture ramifications of the retreat. The source doesn't mention if there were any casualties or deaths, but it is most likely that there were at least a couple. Going on from there, checking the Austrian article from Real Zeitung, there are some similarities with the German source, but also some differences. One of the similarities being that the initial confusion was started by Wallachians. However, the way they started it does differ from the German source. According to the Austrian source, the panicked confusion didn't happen during the army's retreat, but while it was encamped near the town of Karansebes. Apparently, with the intention of robbing the camp, Wallachians started to yell, "Turks! Turks!" causing a confusion and fear throughout the camp. The Austrian article continues on saying that during the confusion, two regiments mistook each other for Ottoman soldiers and opened fire, just as in the German source. But the Austrian article does give more explanation of why the soldiers mistook each other for Ottomans, saying that the soldiers opened fire only after mishearing a halt command from one of the opposing regiment officers as an Ottoman battle cry, Allah. However, after a few shots fired, the soldiers quickly realized their mistake and stopped. That is where the account ends, and the article continues on talking about the military actions of the Austrian army as they decided to retreat from Karansebes. So even though the Austrian source does differ a little bit from the German source, the two tell a pretty similar overarching story, showing us that the main underlying element of the battle was fear of Ottoman attacks sparked by local Wallachians, after which, during the confusion, two regiments accidentally opened fire on each other, thinking the other one was the enemy. So even though today the Battle of Karansebes is remembered as a drunken scuffle turned bad that in the end was responsible for 10,000 casualties, the true story is far milder. However, the truth never stops people from embellishing the facts, especially when they have a hidden agenda to push or an entertaining story to tell. Speaking of entertaining stories to tell, Surfshark VPN can be very useful whether you're trying to secure your sensitive data when browsing the web or access geo-restricted content like those sweet Netflix and HBO shows. It can
Battle Cologne. And let's move on to
closer to victory. Attack the D-point.
Oh, Balloon! Your bastard, that's fuck you, Buzz. Oh, Balloon! He's a tough little bastard.
Is that how you're gonna act? Walk away? You're not face it like a fucking man?
I face everything like a man. I don't shy away from nothing. That's right. Nothing. Nothing. Not you. Nothing. I have a commitment to this place that you'll probably never have.
Legendary Canadian actor Christopher Plummer has died at the age of 91. Plummer grew up in Montreal and enjoyed a distinguished career in theater, movies, and television. He won an Oscar, 2 Emmys, and 2 Tonys. To be a class in Beginners, where he played a man who, well, will play General Chang.
His name being suggested for the role, and I jumped at the chance. We had our lives had intertwined most of our adult life. I from Montreal, as he is, and I played in several of the theaters that he played in. He was a couple of years, a little older than I was, and in those formative years, those earlier or later years were important in that I went to McGill, and he was already a professional actor. So I was a while behind him, both on radio at the CBC and out of Montreal, the Canadian Repertory Theatre in Ottawa. He went to, and I was there for several years, and then he had moved on to Toronto, as I did a few years later, and then on to Stratford, which I did a few years later, and then he, I believe, went to London and had a distinguished career on the West End, and I ended up in New York on Broadway, and then I continued on to Hollywood and made my life basically in Hollywood.
It's not, it's my ear. Yeah. It's that earpiece you gave me, remember? But I'll put it away. Fix it. Oops. Knocked Gene. Gene. Ah. Isaiah swag. Yeah, honestly. Huh?
I'm gonna get a hat for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say swag.
Yeah.
And in the back, I'm gonna say Isaiah.
Isaiah swag. Good,
Can
just
you
get.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
You
me?
can hear me good.
Yeah.
Clear, right?
Yeah, I could.
I can hear you pretty clear too.
Okay, that's good. Wait, I'm gonna put on the video. Tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear the background?
I can't wait to switch the payment. Look into your hard drive and open
No.
your mercy
Okay.
file not found.
Here's where my hat and my feet are.
Okay. Oh my.
Let that
Is
be
he
a
going
warning
info?
to you. Thank you, Don Bud. Yep.
Man. Is he biting you?
Yeah.
Is he going, so he's going mental on you right now? Is he? He's biting soft, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Is he in your room?
I'll run the TV.
Oh. Does he still go into your room? Did he get on your bed yet?
Giving him a big dog.
Does he have big eyes?
Yeah.
Send me a picture of Max Gunn and Toba. Man. Let me see, can we base it? No, I can't. Damn. Hammer. Bam. 1636. 1636? Is that my street? Ah, man, fix my. 1632, not 1636. I would have been that. No. Fuck. 16:30. 6 option. 16:32. 9th Street. 16:32. 16:30. 16:32, 9th Street Northwest. Yep, I got it. No, I downloaded that Skip the Dishes app. I'm gonna order liquor in here because I heard liquor in here is real cheap to order. Oh, it tastes good. Jokes. Yeah, across town. I'm broke and I'm sick. Yeah. No. I was like, nope, can't drink. Sorry, I already drank. But McDonald's. No, but I can't eat those. So I gotta cook something, hey? And that's why I pulled out some bacon. I was looking for those chicken patties, but I don't have any more chicken patties. I was kind of sad. I was like, oh, no more chicken patties.
Oh, you ran out?
Yeah. But I thought I had more. Like I didn't. Well, I must have cooked them both already. Ah. Yeah. 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 Yeah, wrong thing. They're just telling me about fraud. They're like, these are, if accounts that are closed, they're usually closed for fraud. I'm like, oh, too good. Too good. I think I'm a big hustler, hey? It's because I went in there wearing that white jacket. My gray goose. And here it was just RBC. I'm like, oh yeah, RBC, and I just remembered. I'm like, in Pincher Creek, I was paying it in Pincher Creek RBC, right, Mom? And she was like, yep. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I'm trying one of Uncle's chocolates from Germany. It's so good. I'll save some for you guys when you guys come up. No, I'm scared of those whiskey chocolates. All those girls just down there right away. I still have mine. Yeah, right away, all four of them. Start eating them. Yeah, preserve them. And it's good too. Huh? No, I told them I'll save them. I'll save mine. I didn't want to ruin it. But I looked in there. That day we went to Sarah's and she showed us. She bit it in half and she showed us the whiskey in there. I'm like, oh, it's just like a silver tap, my great wicked. And it doesn't taste like strong, spicy alcohol like how Canadian chocolates will be. She said it's smooth and it's creamy. I'm like, sounds good. But I want to try. I'm kind of scared though because you know how American Canadian chocolates are.
Yeah.
You bite into them and they're just real hot and spicy, or like they eat alcohol. Yeah, they're real strong. But this one I hear Sarah says it's pretty good. Oh, do you?
Yeah. I'm up to about 3/4 of the way through.
Oh, wait, wicked. And then here I've seen my pipe. He's like, oh, you bought a new pipe? I'm like, no, my dad cleaned it. He's like, tell your dad cleaned it because he's one of the people who usually use icy propane. Yeah, and then because he's a city person, and in the city they use that. They clean their pipes out.
Yeah.
They drain all that shit out. He's like, oh, you drained it out? I'm like, no. My dad scraped it out, and he brought it back to Brockett to smoke it, save money. He's like, oh, wait, what kid? I'm like, huh. But that's what we always do. Hey, Dad.
We should have took a picture with your stuff.
Oh, yeah, because how big it was.
Yeah.
It was like one of the biggest we had.
Yeah.
That chocolate was good. European chocolate. Bet you most people around here won't even have European chocolate, but I bet you some places around this place have European. Especially in this suburban area, hey?
Yeah.
So they say you want some chocolate? It's shit from Europe. Okay, I'll have one. Like, it's not cheap chocolate, it's real chocolate. Hey, Dad? Well. But it's so much better. It makes our chocolates like crap. But probably because it came so far away, hey? This is way better. From now on, I'm just going to order my chocolates from across sea. All day I face the barren waste. Oh no, this is a B-18. I love this chocolate. This chocolate's good. All day I face the barren waste, without the taste of water. The cookie cream. Pull up, you're not gonna make it. Damn, I lay my spleen. Cause know why? Why? All day I face the barren waste. All day I face the barren waste. All day I face the barren waste. Oh, Applebee's, man. Ew. Ew. The bailing of a balloon. The bailing of Not too bad. Hello, hello, hello. One, two, three, one, two, three. Hello. Very waste without the taste of water. Water.
Golden eye with brooks burn dry, souls that
Cry. My gear's not even in. I don't have any gear. I have no gears.
big green tree where water.
Oh shit, Spitfire. Remember me. Oh, my controller died. Remember me. Oh shit, my controller. A pool of water. Cool water. Nothing down and away on and carry on.
Awesome.